In today's video, I want to share one of the most powerful and effective things that you can do to manifest love.
Hi, I'm Crystal Irom, and I'm one of the top love, dating, and manifestation coaches for smart, successful women like you. I share content on understanding men in the masculine, dating as a high-value woman, and manifesting love, so be sure to subscribe and hit the bell so that you don't miss anything.
So when we're talking about manifesting love, there's so many different ways we can think about this and approach it, but I want to talk about one of the most powerful concepts that is part of this. And this is really about your energy. And it's this idea that our energy expands and contracts. And when we are expanding our energy, it's easier for us to call in the things that we want. And when our energy is contracted, it's harder. And sometimes it's not just that it's harder to call in things, it's that we can actually repel the things that we want. So I'm going to break this down a little bit further because I know that this sounds a little bit vague and maybe a little esoteric. So expanded energy basically just means that you are in a higher frequency, a higher vibration. Your energy is big and expanded. Your energy is open. It's going to connect with people. It's going to call people in. So the way that we expand our energy is by thinking about the things that we desire. When we are focused on what we want to create, rather than being overly focused on what we don't want or what we're afraid of or what we're doubting or maybe even what we're seeing in front of us. So for a lot of women, I notice that they're able to create a really expansive energy when they're on their own and they've sort of decided, I'm going to create the relationship I want. I'm going to manifest this. And they start creating this really expansive energy because they start believing that it's actually possible. So what that might look like is they're starting out, and I'm using my hands a lot because I feel like this is the easiest way to sort of understand what I mean by this expanding and contracting energy. But it's like they might start out in a sort of contracted energy. Maybe they've just gone through a breakup and you're like, oh, this is so frustrating. I don't know if I'm going to get what I want. And then as you start focusing on yourself, focusing on what you believe in, focusing on your ability to create what you want, your energy starts to get bigger. Instead of just feeling like, oh, maybe my ex was the one and I don't get love, you're like, no, actually, I can get love. Of course I'm gonna get love. There's all sorts of great guys out there. I'm living my best life. Oh, I'm having so much fun with my friends. I'm having so much fun getting to know myself. I'm so excited for the opportunities that come. I love the way that my life is going. I'm feeling so good. I'm so excited about what's possible, right? And the energy gets bigger and bigger, and you're building it up in yourself, this energy. Where it's like now you're like, oh, I love the way my life is going. I'm so excited about what's possible for me. Of course I'm gonna have love. Any guy would be so lucky to be with me because I have this amazing life. I have this amazing, huge life that I love. And like he should be so lucky to be a part of it, right? And that is magnetic. And so that's when your magnetism is really, really high. You're gonna attract not only the type of men that you want, but all sorts of experiences and friends. You're gonna find that things are going better with work. You're gonna have opportunities come up that you hadn't even foreseen, right? Because you're in this huge expansive energy and it feels really good and you're just enjoying your life, right? And you have to think about how much more attractive that is. Like, can you imagine if you met a guy and he's like, I hate my life. I have no friends. My job sucks, but I'm stuck in it. I'm in this dingy apartment. Like, I'm gonna go home and play video games, but can you love me? Like, be with me forever. You'd be like, ew, this is sad. And like, no, I'm not interested. But a lot of women, we do the same thing where you're like, I hate my life. I have nothing going on. But once I meet the guy, that'll be amazing. Like, he'll rescue me from this boring ass life that I'm living. Like, he'll make everything better. It's too much pressure to put on another person. It doesn't feel good. No one wants that. We want to be around people that are having fun, that are loving their lives, where it's like, oh, this person has this huge, amazing life. Of course I want to be a part of that, right? And so a lot of women, they're able to start building that on their own. They start doing that and they're just like, of course I'm going to have love and it feels really good. And then all of a sudden it's raining men. And it's no surprise. That is what manifestation really comes down to. You've created this huge expansive energy. You know what you want. You believe that you can have it. So all sorts of great men are coming to your experience. But then you meet someone that you really like. And instead of being like, oh my gosh, I really like this guy. I can't wait to see what else happens. If I met someone like this, of course I can meet more people. Things could just get better and better from here. If it's not him, it's someone even better. Instead of doing that and expanding your energy even further, what most women do is they say, oh my God, I met this guy I really like. I really hope that it's him. God, what if he changes his mind about me? Did I say the wrong thing? Should I call him? He hasn't called in 3 days. Does that mean he's never going to call? If he doesn't call, I don't know what I'm going to do. This might be my last chance. Oh my God, it has to be him. It has to be him. It has to be him. I'm going to call him. I'm going to text him. He hasn't called and followed up. I got to make sure he's not going anywhere. And they're like, do you still like me? Do you want to go out with me? Did you change your mind? And it's like, he met you and you were in this open, amazing energy. And then all of a sudden your energy collapses on him. And he's like, I got to get the hell out of here. This is stressful. She's being so needy. What happened to that amazing, confident, fun woman that I met 3 weeks ago? And who was this like very desperate, needy person that's been left in her place? And it's like, you know, you've done it. We all have. I'm guilty of it too, okay? So it's not just you. But what that means is that you really have to continue focusing on what you're creating rather than on making it one particular person. So this is what I like to call non-identification. And that means when you meet someone, even if you really, really, really like him, and even if you never meet guys that you like, you do not identify him as the one. You don't say, oh, I've had 3 great dates. This must mean he could be my husband. I can totally see a future with him. No. You say, I met this great guy. That means that there's plenty of men out here with all the qualities that I want. This means that of course I get to have love. This means if it's not him, it's someone even better. This means if it's not him, the universe has someone in store for me that I can't even think of, right? Like someone with all of the qualities that he has, but even better, right? You have to stay focused on what you desire to create, even when you've met someone that you think could be it. Instead of shifting your energy and saying it has to be him, I have to catch him and keep him, I gotta trap him, make sure he doesn't go anywhere. You say, I know that this is just evidence that what I want exists. And I'm gonna keep looking for that evidence. You don't identify anyone as the one until it's really, really crystal clear that he is the one, which maybe is when you're engaged, but definitely not after a date or 2 or 3. Okay, so this is one of the most powerful things that you can do, and it's going to totally change your experience of dating. It's going to allow dating to become more fun, less fraught, less stressful, so that you can actually use dating for its purpose, which is to have fun and to get to know someone, to decide, do I actually want to move a relationship forward with this person? A lot of women are trying to rush the process because they have no control over their own energy. And they feel like having a relationship is going to fix all of that. Having the relationship that I want is going to get rid of all of the anxiety and the fear and the doubt that I'm feeling. No, the relationship cannot do that. You have to do that. You get to do that. You get to control your own energy and your own certainty about what you really want. So learning how to keep that energy really expansive and practicing non-identification. So I hope this served you really well. This is just a small part of manifesting love. If you want my whole process, I break it all down in my free workshop. It's called the Magnetism Formula. So you can visit www.magnetismformula.com and you can watch the whole breakdown of my signature process, and I'll also be sure to link it below. So that's all I have for you today. I hope this video served you well. I'll see you in the next one.